Amsterdam is one of the main cities in the universe of 3x3 basketball. It has hosted the World Championship and the European Cup. The organizers run a strong pro league and the Amsterdam team has traditionally performed well at all major tournaments. And of course, there are also some great dunk contests, especially in such an incredibly beautiful location. What's up everybody, I'm Smoove and today we'll watch and analyze FIBA 3x3 dunk contest in Amsterdam. As always, there are three participants. Daniel Pap from Hungary, 25 years old, 6'3". He is the winner of the qualifying round held in Debrecen. Last season he also won a qualifier, after which he went to the main event in Romania but lost to Peter Grabowski. His signature dunks include the Scorpion, Tornado and No-Look East Bay. It's an interesting mix. From my personal observation, I can say that Daniel is a very talented and versatile guy, capable of executing a wide variety of dunks of 1 or 2 feet. He even had a series of videos where he replicated dunks from other pro dunkers. However, I get the impression that he still lacks a distinctive individual trait that would set him apart from the others. Rafał Lipik-Lipinski from Poland, 32 years old, 6'2". Lipik is no stranger to Amsterdam. In 2016 he won the exhibition contest at the Europe Cup qualifiers. Why an exhibition? Because he was the only pro dunker there facing off against regular players. He also competed in the FIBA 3x3 European Championship in Amsterdam in 2017 and at the World Championship in 2019. Last season he competed on this same court against Grabowski and Gustavo Hakin but didn't make it to the finals. After the final round in Hungary against Kristaps Dargais, Rafał is determined not to repeat his mistakes and to go for a victory. The third participant is Vadim Miller-Dubchenko from Ukraine, 31 years old, 6'3". He won his first title in this city in 2017 during the FIBA 3x3 European Cup, but the most significant award he received was the gold medal at the World Championship in 2019. So he always left Amsterdam in a great mood. This season Miller has participated very little. He started with a win at the first FIBA 3x3 tournament in Japan and then only appeared a few times at other, smaller events over the summer. There has been a fair amount of content on social media during this time, but it will be interesting to see how well he has maintained his competitive form up to October. The rules are simple. Each participant will attempt 3 dunks in the first round. The 2 best will advance to the finals, where they will make 2 more dunks each. They have 3 attempts and 75 seconds for each dunk. The dunks will be judged on a 10-point scale by a panel of 3 judges. The head of the judging panel is Matic Vidic, who has been judging contests for many years and has probably seen all the dunkers in action multiple times, including today's athletes. The contest opens with Daniel Pap.
Out of Hungary, one of the upcoming high flyers.
A between-the-legs dunk of 1 foot. It looks good, but seems a bit weak considering the competitors. As a newcomer wanting to outshine veterans, he should take risk and start strong to secure a comfortable lead into the finals. For me, Daniel's under-the-leg dunk doesn't showcase any particular style, so I would say this isn't the best start he could have offered. 3/8. Definitely not higher than that. Lipik asked Pap to stand under the hoop with the ball over his head.
Lead here in the first round. Lead, pack, nah.
His signature 180 dunk with one hand over person. An easy dunk for him, but pretty spectacular for the audience. A pump, a turn and a finish with one hand. The scores should be roughly on the same level as Daniel's, a total of 25 points. So far no one is paying much attention to this, but in reality every point can be decisive. Miller's first attempt.
His dunk competition. His bounce is different.
Somehow he missed an East Bay off the bounce, which he usually opens with in most of his contests. He had enough lift, but the ball slipped out at the last moment.
You missed Daniel Pop's first dunk, and Lipik, but you showed up just in time for that.
I'm not sure about the difficulty, but overall Vadim had the best dunk of the first round. Of course, we shouldn't forget about the first miss, since his competitors made their attempts successfully on the first try. But the judges are adding a point with every next dunk, placing Dubchenko in the first place at the moment. A total of 26 points. Daniel Pap and his second dunk.
Self-oop, Daniel Pap, opa!
180, between the legs dunk of 1 foot. Everything is building up and now I can call Daniel's dunk the best of the contest. In the style of Zach Lavin, or perhaps in the style of pro dunker Worm, the Hungarian executes his second dunk well. It's very impressive, but I have one criticism. Doing an East Bay off the bounce 2 times in a row isn't the best strategy. The second dunk is great, but the first one, he should have chosen a different one for more impact in the first round. All 9s, a total of 27. The highest score of the evening so far, and it's well deserved. 51 points overall. Lipik doesn't let Pop off the hook and asks for his help again. Now Daniel will hold the ball on his hand.
Starting from the top of the key this time, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Spinning like
a 360 pump with one hand taking the ball off helper's hand. An excellent dunk by the Polish legend. He used to do this less often because compared to the other dunks it was super easy for him. As he gets older, his repertoire is changing and now the 360 pump occupies a spot in the starting lineup. This was the dunk that ended Rafa's journey at the 2019 World Cup in Amsterdam due to a miss, so it's nice to see him nail it here on his first attempt 5 years later. 3 9s. What do you think? Is it better than his first dunk? Or better than Miller's East Bay? I'm not sure, but it's judged by 3 people, so the score reflects 3 different opinions. I think there definitely should have been at least 1/8, a total of 52 points. Vadim is ready for his second dunk.
Jeffrey Grossman, Sema. Oh, you gonna do it like that?
A 180 windmill off of the lob on his first attempt. Excellent amplitude and a powerful finish. It's not a 360 like Donovan's, but that's due to the starting point of his run. For instance, Tyler Curry also doesn't do a 360 because he performs his windmill the same way Miller does, just from the other side. I don't agree that this dunk should be scored 1 point lower than Lipik's. At the very least, it should get the same score, but most likely even higher. A 360 pump is easier to do than a windmill with the spin of the bounce. Each athlete might feel this differently, but if we take the dunk catalog by default, Miller's windmill should rank higher than Rafa's pump, a total of 52 points. The competitors are very close to each other. Daniels is just 1 point behind, so it's definitely time to hit one of his top dunks. Under the hoop, we see 3 people with the ball over their heads.
Pat, ready to take off!
A double up, a between the legs dunk over 3 people. Probably the most spectacular dunk of the first round so far. Most likely it's Daniel's style that makes me hesitate to say that this dunk deserves all 10s. It's like there is a windmill and then there is a windmill with a capital W. Everyone has different perceptions and I don't claim to be right, but I feel there is a lack of style. Daniel has the jump and complexity and for that he deserves a lot of respect. All 9s. I would give a 9 as well. A total of 27 points and 78 overall for the first round. Daniel had a very good round, making all his dunks on the first attempts, which is also important and showcases his high level. Rafa only needs the same 3 9s to secure his place in the final round. A person under the hoop with the ball over his head. But now there is also a chair that he will jump on.
He gets to educate his own.
This was fairly not close. The idea of this trick is to show that jumping over someone is a piece of cake, so you place them on a chair to complicate the task a bit.
Will he rise to the occasion? You have your answer.
In the final seconds, Lipik hits a double up X over the person on a chair. Objectively, the times when this shocked everyone are over, as this trick has been used hundreds of times worldwide by many athletes. As we can see, even in 2024, this element still works, and the judges give fairly high scores. 28. I absolutely disagree with the 10. We need to consider the first miss. For a 10, it should either be perfect or super complex. 80 points for the first round, and we congratulate Lipik on advancing. Vadim also needs 9s to outscore the Hungarian and join Lipik.
Nah, outside of wearing an Amsterdam hoodie. Oh yeah, first attempt, yeah, you got it.
A 360 East Bay off the lob. There is no chance the Ukrainian won't score the points he needs. Since his debut in 2016, 360s under the leg have easily been done on the first attempts and continue to earn him good points. 30. No matter what score he gets, he definitely deserves to be in the finals. A total of 82 points, and he moves on in first place. This brings to mind Golden Child, who almost sparked a local revolution by first hitting this dunk in a contest. Lipik and Vadim in the final. We've heard these words many times over the past few years. In 2017, Miller beat Lipinski in Amsterdam and became the champion. What will happen this time? Rafael has already improved his performance compared to last season. Now he needs to cash in and he's fully focused on that. Daniels again under the hoop with the ball over his head. a reverse double up X with one hand. Commentators also noted that this looks very similar to his dunk in the first round, and I agree with that. They are, of course, different from each other, but execution is key. Lipek nailed this dunk perfectly in his first contest against Miller at the FIBA 3x3 Arena in Prague. It had great and complete amplitude. We aren't comparing his shape then and now, of course, but just using it as an example. Today, by cutting the amplitude, the two dunks are very similar. The only thing that changed was the angle of the run-up, 3/10. No, definitely not. Perhaps there was some incredible energy on the court at the moment, which inspired the judges to give the highest scores, but with a clear head you cannot give a 10 for this. For Lipek, this is a great start and it puts a lot of pressure on his opponent. Vadim also needs 10s, otherwise his chances of winning will drop significantly. A scorpion dunk off the lap is clearly a great idea for the final. It deserves a perfect score, but after the first miss, questions arise.
Out of Ukraine, here in the damn.
A second consecutive miss. A 10 is definitely out of the question now, but hopefully he'll at least make it, otherwise it will be very disappointing. Recently, the outcome of many contests has been determined not by competition, but simply because one of the finalists missed. There is no turning back, so Vadim will definitely try the scorpion for the third time.
He wants to complete the scorpion sting. No look! Right on time! He delivered!
A buzzer-beater scorpion. It is always nice to see when the risk pays off. One of the best dunks of the evening goes in during such a dramatic moment. 2 8s and a 9. Just like with Lipek, this is a no. I can agree with the 9 since we cannot just forget about the 2 misses. But an 8 for a scorpion off the lap? 3 9s would have been perfect here. In theory, the guys should be pretty much even right now, not with such a significant gap. Rafal has a great opportunity to close out the contest and take home the prize. In Hungary, he lost to Kristaps only due to his mistake, and he doesn't want to repeat that here. He only needs 26 points to guarantee the win. A 360 East Bay dunk is exactly what he needs at this point. Even if he doesn't score a 10, 3 9s will be enough. This season in Lausanne he nailed this dunk powerfully, but there the hoop was probably a little bit lower. Last year at this same hoop, Lipek hit the 360 East Bay on his first attempt.
He's ready for takeoff again.
He failed to get the ball under his leg this time. It doesn't count as an attempt, but time is ticking.
Let's go, Mr. Lipek!
And again, the same thing. Official attempts are still available, but there is not much time left. The poll asked Pop to get under the hoop with the ball over his head again. He'll go for something simpler.
Here we go!
Lipek!
On the attempt to do a windmill over a person, the ball slipped out of his hand and the buzzer sounded. It's very disappointing. The victory was practically in his hands. He just needed to make a solid, not even particularly difficult dunk. In an IG story later, Rafal said that he could have initially chosen something simpler, but as an athlete he decided to go all the way. And now, for the second contest in a row, the outcome for him is disappointing. I understand that Lipek is not in his prime anymore, but I still think a 360 East Bay should be a reliable dunk for him, so his choice for the final was correct. And so, Mueller just needs to make his dunk, and a new photo with the winning check will be added to his collection.
Miller. Self. What is he trying to do?
He attempts a bounce dunk, which he nailed it on the practice court. It's no secret that the hoop there is a few centimeters lower, but in a contest you always feel more confident, so trying something extraordinary is always possible. But Dubchenko already attempted this once in Kosovo this summer, but also without success.
He'll try again, different angle. Oh, he just tucks it and stuffs it.
You always want to finish the contest with your best, most powerful dunk, but the desire to win can be overlooked. In my experience, when I had the similar lead, I did the same. I used the first attempt for something super complicated, and on the second I went for a guaranteed dunk. Because there's always the risk of missing on the second try and then failing to make a basic one-handed dunk on the third jump. Simply dropping the ball at the last second. From the spectator's side, it might be not thrilling, but from the athlete's perspective, it's completely understandable. With the lead of one made dunk, Ukrainian Vadim Dubchenko wins. Opening the season with a victory in Japan, the dunker is closing his 2024 season with a win in Amsterdam. Okay, let me know what you think about this dunk contest in the comments. Smash the like button, subscribe, and see you soon.